As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her clients' rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Maya Garcia is suing her mother, Frances Morales, in the amount of $1,375. Ms. Garcia says her brother got into their mother's liquor cabinet and claims the defendant should be responsible for the resulting medical bills. Ms. Morales claims her son got drunk at the plaintiff's house and says she had forbidden her son from attending his sister's party, so she is not to blame.
All rise. Raise your right hands, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Karen Mills Francis presiding.
You may be seated.
All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Chris. Ms. Garcia, you are suing your mother?
Yeah.
Ms. Morales, for $1,375 for medical bills incurred after your brother drank alcohol at your house?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to be here today to pick up the pieces from this pretty sad story.
You think you're gonna pick up pieces in court?
Well, I had to pick up pieces in real life, and thank God it wasn't my brother's life.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. And this is, it's just the two of you, your brother and you are the only children, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so what's the relationship been like with your daughter before this?
Before this, I got divorced from my husband. My son, Mason, stayed with me, and Maya, she went to live with her dad. So there has been this friction between
How long
us.
ago was the divorce?
10 years ago.
Okay. And so there's been a friction between the two of you ever since the divorce?
Yeah, there's been a complete communication breakdown between me and my mother.
Okay, so tell me about the relationship with your brother. You have a good relationship with your brother?
I love my brother. You know, he is the light of my life.
And how old is he?
He's 18.
He's 18 years old. Okay, but your son lives with you, the 18-year-old.
He lives with me, yes.
All right, so what happened?
So it was my 28th birthday party. You know, I had about 15, 16 friends over at my place in South Central. And my brother was finally let out of the house by my overbearing mother. So they live around the corner, but he came over and...
Did you know he was going over to her party?
I had told him he couldn't go, but...
You told him he couldn't go?
Yes.
Why couldn't he go to her party?
Because I was going to be out of town.
But he's 18 years old.
Yes, but I had told him to do some chores. He didn't
So he
do them.
needed to do chores, so he
Yes.
couldn't go to his sister's birthday party?
She's
Well,
unbelievable.
That's the thing. He's not following instructions, so...
He doesn't follow instructions well.
Not so often. And I don't want him to take the wrong steps.
Right. So when you had to go out of town, who was there with him in the house?
He's 18, so he
That's
was,
what I just said. He's 18.
Yeah, so he was
Right,
all
so
alone in
it's
the
okay
house.
for you to go out of town and
Well-
leave him by himself in the house, but it's not okay for him to go over to his sister's house?
I was in a parenting conference.
Right. You went to a parenting conference. So
Yes.
that makes it okay to leave him by himself.
Well, he's 18. He can take care
He
of
can
himself.
take care of himself? Is that what I
Yes.
was about to hear?
Yes.
Okay, so why couldn't he go to his sister's party?
That week specifically, I
Right.
had told him that he had to do some chores in the house.
Like what kind of
He
chores?
clean his room.
Right.
It's always a mess,
Right.
a chaos.
What else?
I cannot live in a chaos in my house.
Okay, what else? Clean the room.
The trash, he never
Take the
takes
trash
it
out. That's always a boy's job.
Well, I clean the house.
Right. Okay,
I
what else though?
work.
What are the chores that he had to do that he couldn't go to his sister's party?
Basically, clean his room. I don't
clean the
ask
room.
for too
I
much.
understand cleaning the room, take the garbage out.
His grades, he's not been lately studying
Okay, so
too
what was he
much.
supposed to do about his grades while you were out of town?
Well, he had to do some projects. He was behind, and I
Right.
wanted him to do that.
Right. And so he couldn't go to sister's house.
Your Honor, my mother's a psycho, overbearing psycho. He's not allowed to get a license.
Maya.
She stalks him. He's 18 years old. He's gonna have so many deep psychological problems for the rest of my life if she keeps doing this, which is part of the reason he got so drunk that night. Just the level of stress that my mother causes.
With
my,
all
my
due
brother.
Why do you
Respect.
call your mother a psychopath?
I mean, she won't even let him get a driver's license.
Coming up on Supreme Justice,
Crystal came running out of the room and they're like, oh my God, Mason is convulsing, shaking. I'm like, what? Because I didn't even know he was drinking to begin with.
Right.
I go in there and there he is on the bed and shaking. And my first thought was, oh my gosh, he's having a seizure. I go to nudge my brother, Mason, please wake up. And Your Honor, for a second, I thought he was dead.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Maya Garcia, who is suing her mother, Frances Morales, for medical expenses.
Tell me about the party, though. So he did his chores, maybe. He cleaned his room, maybe. But then he came over to your house?
Yeah, so he came over and, you know, he had a couple of his friends, long life friends that I've known since they were kids.
Right.
And he's actually here today, too. So
Okay, well, let me hear what happened. What's his
Yeah,
name? Mason?
Mason, yes.
Court calls Mason Garcia. Raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So, Mason, you're 18.
Yes, ma'am.
Can't drive.
Can't
Not
drive.
allowed to drive.
Not allowed to drive.
Do you take the garbage out?
Oh, I'm really good at that.
Okay, did you clean your room the day of your sister's party?
I did.
Okay, so tell me what happened the day of your sister's party.
So I was very stressed out that day, and I wanted to be in a good mood for my sister's party. So my mom left to go to a parent meeting, I guess, somewhere. So she allowed me to go do that. And I wanted to get the alcohol, so I saw the cabinet, and you know, I know where the
Wait.
key is.
What alcohol?
So my mom has a liquor cabinet,
Okay.
fully stocked.
Fully stocked.
Liquor
Y'all have a
cabinet.
lot of parties?
With all due respect, Your Honor, it's normally stocked like a normal house.
Well, what does a normal house have?
A couple of bottles of vodka.
A couple of bottles of vodka?
Yeah, some wine.
Okay, about how many bottles of wine?
4 bottles of wine.
Okay.
2 of vodka.
Right, any rum?
No rum. Your
Gin?
Honor. No gin.
Okay. Mason, how often does she drink?
She drinks every night, maybe 3-4 glasses
Of vodka.
of wine, maybe
Okay,
vodka.
So vodka and wine, that's her thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And where do you keep the liquor cabinet?
I have it's near the kitchen.
Right.
But it has a key.
Well, you obviously don't hide it very
Excuse
well.
me, we don't talk to each other.
I'm sorry.
Do you have a picture of this liquor cabinet?
Yes, Your
Let me see
Honor.
the liquor cabinet. How many times before this night did you go into this liquor cabinet, Mason?
A couple times. I'd only take a couple sips here and there. I know where the key is all the time, and I always bring back the key, you know.
Oh, so you've been going into this liquor cabinet for a while.
Well, not a while, just like if I'm having not such a good
Right,
day.
not having a good day, like, you know, you learn from mom that you just go and you take a drink then.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think he learned that? I'm having a hard day, I'm feeling stressed, and so I need a drink. Where did he see that
With
behavior?
all due respect, Your Honor,
Yeah.
I just drink 1 or 2 glasses of wine at nighttime.
Right. But where does he learn this behavior?
Well, his father drinks too.
Right.
So
Every night too?
and yes,
night?
every night. That's one of the causes of our divorce.
That he was drinking every
And
night?
actually, Maya had a case in court too, in juvenile, because of these actions too.
So she drinks too?
A little bit too. She's my daughter, and I love
It
her.
sounds
but
to me like alcohol might just be an issue in the family. Maybe there needs to be some counseling, or because there's a lot of anger here. I mean, I couldn't imagine calling my mother psycho in open court.
I know, it hurts.
I could not imagine doing
and that breaks my heart.
So you went inside this case and you took out what? One of the bottles of vodka?
One of the, yes, ma'am.
Okay, what did you do with it?
I took a couple sips and I decided to take it to my sister's house.
For the party.
Oh, apartment. For the party, yes.
For the party. So, did you know he came into the party with the alcohol?
I did not, Your Honor.
Did you know that he was going into this case and drinking before that?
I did
He
not.
never told you that he was feeling stressed out sometimes and he would drink?
No.
So, you got drunk at your sister's house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And where were you while he was doing all this drinking?
So it's 3-bedroom, and I have a spare bedroom that I leave for Mason anytime he wants to come over, escape mom.
Did you know that Mason drinks?
I did not. I did not.
You never knew he drank?
I did not.
Okay.
I am under oath, so I'd be lying if I said I've never seen my teenage brother with a drink in his hand.
Right.
like maybe
Did you ever
once at a
serve him any
wedding.
alcohol?
I did not serve him any alcohol, no. He came in and the alcohol was concealed in a slushie, as he could tell you also, and I had no idea.
So you
And
were in the back bedroom just drinking and drinking and drinking. How much of that bottle did you drink?
Around 70%, but I shared it with
Yeah.
my 2 friends that she allowed me to bring over.
And all this was going on in that bedroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you were doing what?
It was my 28th birthday party. The night was just getting started. I had like 15, 16 friends there.
Right. Right.
So I was just having a good time. I was just
So
enjoying life.
you passed out?
Well, I took a couple sips and
Did you pass out eventually?
Yes.
eventually, yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and how did you learn that he passed out?
So I'm mingling with my friends, and Mason's in the bedroom with Jay and Crystal, his 2 friends. Jay and Crystal came running out of the room, and they're like, "Oh my God, Mason is convulsing, shaking." I'm like, "What?" Because I didn't even know he was drinking to begin with.
Right.
I go in there, and there he is on the bed and shaking, and my first thought was, "Oh my gosh, he's having a seizure." By the time I get over to him, he stops, and it was pretty terrifying. And I go to nudge my brother, Mason, please wake up. And Your Honor, for a second, I thought he was dead.
Coming up,
Because you're kind of standing on a high horse pointing your fingers. You know what they say when you point your fingers at people? There's 4 of them pointing back at you. Everybody needs to stop and say, what is my responsibility in this dynamic that's going on in the family? And Mom, it usually starts with parents.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Maya Garcia, who is suing her mother, Frances Morales, for medical expenses.
So you rushed him to the hospital.
So yes, called 911, rushed him to the hospital.
You're lucky you didn't die nearly drinking
Yeah.
that entire bottle of vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
And so the bill was $1,375.
yes.
Right. And why don't you think you should have to pay it?
I love my brother. I will do anything for
He
my
was
brother.
a guest in your house.
I know, but it wasn't my liquor. I didn't know he had the liquor. I would never have let him.
Suppose
Drink.
one of your friends had given him a bottle of liquor at
My
the
mother.
party. No. Suppose one of your friends had given him the bottle of liquor at your house and the same thing happened. Then what?
I wouldn't have allowed that to happen. I wouldn't have allowed my brother to drink.
You said you didn't know he was in the room drinking. You said you didn't know that.
I didn't know
You
that.
were responsible, though, that you're responsible for what's going on in your house. The law says you either knew or should have known what's going on in your house, even behind closed doors.
But shouldn't she know
Ma'am,
also?
I don't answer questions, I ask them. You were busy partying, and you weren't paying attention to what these kids were doing down the hallway. And why don't you think you're responsible somehow?
Well, he's my son, she's my daughter, and I love them with all my heart, but I was in a conference, so I
Right.
didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know he was at her house.
Well, you're allowed to have alcohol in your house. I mean, no law says that you can't have alcohol, and you say you locked it, but he gets into that thing all the time. And it doesn't matter what my ruling is here today. You said that you were coming here, and what was at the beginning of this that she said?
I just want to put it out there.
Something along those settle the
Pick up the pieces.
settle the pieces. Pick up the pieces or settle the pieces. Remember that? The pieces are still lying down here on the floor.
Coming up,
Because you're kind of standing on a high horse pointing your fingers. You know what they say when you point your fingers at people? There's 4 of them pointing back at you.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Maya Garcia, who is suing her mother, Frances Morales, for medical expenses.
What pieces are we picking up here?
I think she has a resentment towards me because after the divorce, she went to live with her dad and
But at what point are you going to resolve the resentment? Are you going to be coming back to me 10 years from now with another issue that arose because you haven't resolved the resentment? Or you're just looking on the surface of the problem because this kid is drinking and this kid is taking up for him and she's out partying and she's not being responsible and she's calling you psycho?
well, Your
And you
Honor,
won't let him get a driver's license. You guys need to be in therapy.
That's why I
as
was
a
going
family
to the parenting conference.
So Maya, if you're interested in picking up the pieces, are you willing to say, Mom, I'd like to go into therapy with you? Are you willing to do that?
I mean, of course, you know, I love my mother, but a lot of things need to change.
Your Honor, if this happens, I wish it would be like an order from the courthouse, because I have tried this before with my daughter, and she doesn't want to.
I'm
Well,
busy,
because
it's
everybody's
Los
an
Angeles,
adult
I
here,
work.
the court doesn't have jurisdiction to order them into therapy. You know, you guys have to, all your adults, somebody has to be the adult and say, can we talk? We have insurance? You went to this retreat. Can we all go into therapy? But the bottom line is, that's a decision you're going to have to make as a family. I can't resolve that for you.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
But as for the drinking, you were responsible as the host of the party for what went wrong in that party. If one of his friends had drank the 70% and fallen out, you'd have been responsible for that person too. So maybe there's something you need to learn, because you're kind of standing on a high horse pointing your fingers. You know what they say when you point your fingers at people? There's 4 of them pointing back at you. Everybody needs to stop and say, what is my responsibility in this dynamic that's going on in the family? And Mom, it usually starts with parents, because children are born into parents. So you have more responsibility for how they are than they have for how you are.
Your Honor, believe me, I'm trying. I went to this conference. I'm trying to take him to.
Well, you're obviously not trying hard enough, because it's not working, because you're sitting in the court of law with 2 of your children in a lawsuit against you. I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the defendant, and your claim is dismissed. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
We really need counseling. Are you guys willing to go with me?
Yeah, we can do that, and I take full responsibility for this.
I'm willing to go.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios. As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Sushi restaurant owner Gin Suzuki is suing Nick Mooney in the amount of $121. Mr. Suzuki claims Mr. Mooney took advantage of his all-you-can-eat special, but refused to pay the additional fees for his uneaten food.
Mr. Suzuki, you're suing Mr. Mooney for $121, and this has to do with sushi?
Yes, ma'am. That is my business.
Right.
I'm suing Mr. Mooney here for $121.
Right.
He left without paying, and I'm trying to.
He left
gain it
your
back.
restaurant without paying a bill for
Yes,
sushi?
ma'am. $121 worth of sushi, ma'am.
Okay, so had you been to this restaurant before the incident?
No, Your Honor, I've never been to
Okay,
this
so what
sushi
brought you to
restaurant.
his restaurant?
Well, I'm a bodybuilder and a social media influencer, and I was driving.
These
and
influencers, I get one every day. Right,
Well,
so
I guess-
how many followers do you have?
I would like to say I'm trying to become.
Oh,
an
you're
influencer.
trying to be your influencer wannabe.
Yeah, exactly.
So you wanted to go to his restaurant for what purpose?
I wanted to eat at this man's restaurant for the all-you-can-eat sushi.
Oh, because he offers all-you-can-eat sushi.
Yes.
Well, aren't there a lot of all-you-can-eat sushi restaurants around?
I'm not sure. I think so. Yeah,
Okay, but why did you choose his?
because of the proximity to the place where I live.
Oh, okay, he was close.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a buffet all-you-can-eat sushi.
No, it's just a sushi restaurant. We have all you can eat only on Mondays.
Only on Mondays. And
yeah,
how much
then
does a person pay for that?
It's only $28 per person.
$28,
Yes,
all
ma'am.
you can eat.
High quality sushi, ma'am.
Okay, and high quality sushi. Is it good sushi?
It was okay, but the point, he was charging me $121 at the
Right.
end, so apparently
Right.
it's not $28
Well,
for all
I'm trying to understand how it started, though. You started, you paid $28.
I actually paid $35. I gave him a tip.
Okay, and that was a Tuesday. You went there,
It was-
you,
Yes, I believe it was a Monday, actually.
I thought, was it Monday?
It was on Monday.
It was on Monday.
However, there are regulations that you have to follow
Okay.
on if you want to eat all you can eat sushi.
Right, there's some
there are
rules.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There are only 3 simple rules.
What's
and
the
it's-
3 rules?
Yes, ma'am.
Can't take any home.
You can't take any home.
Apparently,
That's-
it's all-you-can-eat sushi with rules
Let me hear the rules. Well, we know you can't take it home.
Yes.
That's
And then it has to
number
be
one.
dine-in.
You
and
have to
then-
eat it. Well, the same thing. You can't take it home. Okay, so rule 1 and 2 kind of the same.
Yeah.
And then
And then
rule
the third
number
rule
2.
will be. No, third rule. That's the 2 rules. We
Right.
just wanted to break it simple for
Right.
our
Okay.
customers.
So the
And then
third one is.
Third one is like you can't leave your food on like you can order much sushi as you can.
Right.
But you have to finish it.
What's on your plate?
Yeah.
So it's not a buffet where you go up and eat. It's like, okay, I'm gonna order blah 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 blah. You bring me that, and when I finish eating that, I say, okay, now I want an order blah 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 blah
Exactly.
blah blah. Did you
But
understand
then
that?
You cannot leave.
Did
the
you understand those
leftovers.
rules?
Well, when I went to
No,
get
did you understand the rules when you started?
somewhat, yes.
Okay.
The rules were in very small print at the bottom
Of the menu?
and
Do
they
you have the
also
menu?
weren't.
Your Honor, yes.
also
Let me see
yes,
the
I have the
menu.
They
menu.
also weren't
Wait.
advertised in the
There's
advertisement on the
always
radio.
small print on all you can
Yeah,
eat.
but on the radio,
Exactly.
You
they
ever
weren't
been to
like,
all you
on the
can
radio,
eat?
they weren't like it's all you can eat
What?
sushi, but we have these 3 rules that you have to have.
Anytime time somebody says something is free, or is it all you can eat, it's usually some small print somewhere.
I
No
agree,
sharing.
but I still
Please
don't-
don't remove the sushi. Leftover items will not be allowed to be taken home. Leftover will be charged the regular price.
That's where we're in a little bit of a discrepancy.
What does that mean? Leftover will be charged the regular price.
So since our sushi are
Right.
really expensive to even make it
Right.
with from the first place,
Right.
we tell the customers that you're supposed to finish your plate and order another, so you can keep going and eat much as you want.
Right.
Because we do not want to
But
leave.
if I got to my plate number 3, let's say, I don't like sushi like that, but say I'm on plate 3, and now I'm like, dang, I thought I finished this and I can't finish it, you're gonna charge me for what's on the plate?
Yes, ma'am. However, we are giving in 4 pieces per plate instead
Right.
of 10.
Right.
Sushi restaurants usually give 10 pieces for
Okay.
$12, but then
Right.
for all you can eat, we made it like small portions.
4 pieces.
Yes, ma'am. So people could just eat much as they want in a small
So
quantities.
tell me what was happening in the statement.
Okay, well, so I ordered 10 rolls at first, right?
Right.
and their waitress gives me total attitude, like,
Right.
are you going to eat 10 rolls at a time?
Right.
And they have an hour time limit, right?
Oh, so there's another rule you
Yeah,
forgot
it's
to
like he-
tell me.
it's like he keeps
You got to
forgetting
finish
pertinent
eating it
things.
all in an hour.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And it
Your
took them
Honor-
30 minutes to bring out the first set
It
of
took
rolls.
30 minutes. Well,
Yeah.
shouldn't it be an hour from when you get your food?
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what
Okay,
it is.
so he says
Yeah,
it's an hour.
the menu doesn't just say that. It just
However-
says 1 hour time limit.
I
It doesn't
listened to
say
you. I
1
wanna
hour
hear him.
from when you get your food.
Okay, so you got your food 30 minutes
So I
later.
got my
How
food
many
30
rolls
minutes.
did you get?
So I'm under the impression that
How
I
many
only have
rolls did you get?
10 at
You
the
got
first time,
10.
yes.
Okay, you started eating.
Yeah, I'm under the impression I have only 30 minutes to finish that.
Okay.
So I decide to order another 10.
Right.
Right as I get the 10, and the
Right.
waitress is giving me attitude.
Oh, because you don't, it's like being a happy hour. You don't want
Exactly,
to
I
miss it
don't
before
want-
it's over at
exactly.
7 o'clock.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
I paid the all-you-can-eat fee,
Right.
and there may have been some rolls
How
where
many pieces of sushi were left on the table?
14 total.
Yeah, he had 14 pieces.
14 pieces.
That couldn't have been $121.
And later,
You also told me you agreed to take care of Spike while she was gone. If it's our dog, then we don't have to have an agreement that you're going to take care of anything because it's our dog. It's expected that you're going to take care of Spike.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Gin Suzuki, who is suing Nick Mooney for an unpaid bill.
So when's the first time somebody's told about this whole 1 hour rule and when the clock starts?
I am the part owner of this restaurant, and then I train my waitresses to make sure they tell the customers before they start.
Is your
ordering
waitress
food.
here?
She's not here
Oh,
today.
okay.
But I am 100% sure that I heard her saying that it's one hour time limit. As soon as he
It's
gets his
still
first.
hearsay. I don't care if you overheard it, it's still hearsay. You should have brought her in here because he's telling me nobody told him about, explain when that hour starts. So you're saying after you got your first 10, you were worried that you weren't going to finish 10. It's going to take you 30 minutes to eat 10 rolls?
I was worried, yes, I was worried I wasn't going to be able to order any more sushi within the hour time limit.
Right,
and
but
the
you had
whole-
30 minutes in your mind and you didn't
Yeah.
think you could finish 10 sushi rolls in 30 minutes?
Well, I mean, I didn't want to
You
I
didn't
wanted
wanna
to
risk it.
enjoy everything.
Right,
really.
okay. So what happens? You tell her I want another 10.
So I tell her I want another 10.
Okay.
And she's just treating me terribly. I feel like she's giving me attitude. I
Right.
feel like she thinks I'm just some big dumb bodybuilder, which is definitely not the case.
Right.
So she brings me out another 10.
So she bought you 10 more.
Yeah, but it took another 25 minutes.
Right.
So at
your
this
hour
point,
was up.
At this point, yeah, my hour's
Well,
up. And
had
that's,
you finished the first 10?
Yes.
Okay, you finished
And
the
that-
first 10.
Yes, and that's when I.
Were you there?
That's when I meet
Yes, I was
him.
there.
You're still there.
That's
Okay.
that's when I meet him, because as the second 10 come out,
As they come
and
out.
I start eating those,
Right.
I want to order another 10.
Right.
And this guy's like, you can only order 5 more.
So what happened? Why is it now he could only order 5 more?
Okay, so he had 10 sushi plates at first, 10 rolls. He finished them, and then he got 10 rolls again, and he did not finish most of the food on the plates.
No.
And I did tell him through my waitress
Right.
that it's going to be charged if he doesn't finish them. So he was
Okay.
taking advantage of all-you-can-eat system, and he wasted this food,
Right.
which got me kind of.
So how did that end up being $121?
So every plate that has a little bit or like 1 or 2 pieces left over, we charge $12. We charge the regular price.
He charged me for leaving very little amounts of sushi left on the table, which I think is ridiculous. I paid the all-you-can-eat fee,
Right.
and there may have been some rolls
How
where
many pieces of sushi were left on the table?
not that many. There
Like,
may
how
have been,
many- how many
there may
were
have been
left?
some rolls that I didn't eat the rice.
How many were left?
14 total.
Yeah, he had 14 pieces.
14 pieces.
That couldn't have been $121.
2, therefore.
14 pieces of sushi is not $121. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me till you turn red in the face, but that's not $121.
That's
Not
why
for 14 pieces of sushi on a $28.95 buffet.
it's not a buffet. It's a sushi restaurant with all you can eat only on Mondays with high quality ingredients. However,
Is this your TV commercial you do for you?
But Your Honor,
Okay.
that's the reason why we
Were you
tell.
asked to leave?
Well, he goes ahead and stereotypes me because I have muscle. I guess
Right.
he's going to think that I'm going to
Were
cause
you
trouble.
why
He
can't
called
y'all
the
just
police
ask-
on me.
he
He called the
called the
police on me.
police. Why would you call-
Before I could even do
Why would you
anything,
call
he
the
calls
police?
the police.
Your Honor, he was arguing with my waitress, and he was
Do you call the police on everybody who argues?
he was being aggressive.
Okay.
And then the police officers who usually come around our plaza
Right.
to check up on us
Right.
were near my place, so I called them for help just
So what
in
did they do,
case.
if anything? Did they
No,
do
just-
anything?
Just two officers came through to make sure
and so
everything
he
was
left
safe.
without paying anything?
No,
Did you
I paid the fee and a tip. I gave $35 in
Okay,
cash. on the
right.
table.
You
Your
paid
Honor-
$35.
Your
Not to
Honor, if I
mention,
remember
I was
correctly, he
embarrassed
did
because
not
he called
pay
the
that amount.
police.
Let me just say this to you. This thing is very confusing, this menu. Don't remove the sushi rice. $12 minimum. Wait a minute. There is a sushi bar because it says sushi bar minimum.
Your Honor, I brought the copy of receipt. Would you like to see it?
No. Sushi bar minimum $12. Well, you know what that is. Leftover items will not be allowed to be taken home, but there will be a charge at the regular price. Wait a second. If you're not going to allow me to take this home, then you can't charge me for leaving it with you. You're basically saying, I can't, okay, I'm going to take the rest of this home with me. No, you won't. You're going to leave it here and pay me for having left it? You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Your Honor-
You need it to be clearer in your menu. Should be at the very top there, not at the bottom.
That's why
What
our
peop-
waitresses tell the
I
customers.
don't care what your waitresses are told. They're not even here to tell me what they're told. Okay? So it should be on your menu. And number two, it really doesn't make any sense. You can't say you can't take it with you, and at the same time, I'm going to pay you to leave it here. You got to pay me to leave it here. It doesn't make sense. I'm ready to roll. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you both.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
Thanks to you, there's no more all-you-can-eat on Mondays.
I mean, you won't even have to worry about me ever going there again.
Coming up,
Let me stop you. You were going to take care of Spike for 6 months,
Yes, Your Honor.
whether the relationship was going on or not. It was a 6-month agreement for you to take care of Spike, right?
No, Spike. The agreement was that Spike is my dog.
That was not the
Wait,
agreement.
stop. I don't need you to do my job.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Alexa Peters is suing her ex-boyfriend, Curtis Dixon, in the amount of $400. Ms. Peters claims Mr. Dixon took care of her dog while she was out of town and says he refused to return the animal after they broke up.
Ms. Peters, you're suing Mr. Dixon for $400, which represents the value of a dog. And you're also suing for specific performance. Basically, you're asking that he return the dog.
Yes.
Is that right? So we were in a relationship, sir?
Yes, we were.
How long were we together?
2 years.
2 years. And did we live together?
We did.
How long did you live together?
2 years.
So there was a dog you purchased?
There's a dog
Spike.
that he gifted to me
I
for a
bought it.
2-year anniversary.
On the 2-year anniversary,
Spike.
he gave you Spike. What kind of dog is Spike?
It's a golden retriever.
Golden retriever.
Oh, okay. So you told me you were together 2 years, and you said that the dog was a 2-year anniversary gift. So what happened?
I got a business opportunity in Atlanta, and
How soon after the dog gift?
3 months after.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were living together with the dog for about 3 months, and then I got
Okay.
this opportunity and had to leave town for about 6 months to pursue this.
Right. So how'd you feel about her going off for 6 months to Atlanta?
You know, I knew it would be inevitable with her career pursuit.
So what was the understanding you had with him when you left Atlanta about the dog?
The understanding was that he would watch Spike until I got back.
And you knew she was gone for 6 months.
Yes, I knew, but the understanding was that I would take care of Spike.
Right.
We broke up about a month after she left.
Right.
And then I continued taking care of Spike.
Right,
and
but
it
you
was
were going to take
we were
care.
of the understanding
Let me
that-
stop you. You were going to take care of Spike for 6 months,
Yes, Your Honor.
whether the relationship was going on or not. It was a 6-month agreement for you to take care of Spike, right?
No, Spike. The agreement was that Spike is my dog.
That was not the
Wait,
agreement.
stop. I don't need you to do my job.
Coming up,
Did you send some money for food and care for the dog?
Absolutely.
She did not. She didn't send a dime.
I absolutely did.
She didn't send a
Absolutely
dime.
I paid rent. half
Let me see
month's
your
rent.
proof. Absolutely.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Alexa Peters, who is suing Curtis Dixon for property loss.
You told me Spike was a gift, so we're past that. And you also told me you agreed to take care of Spike while she was gone. If it's our dog, then we don't have to have an agreement that you're going to take care of anything because it's our dog. It's expected that you're going to take care of Spike. But then a month after she left, who broke up with who?
I broke up with her.
And why'd you break up with her?
Because it just wasn't working.
A month
never
later?
would. Yeah, but I mean, I knew that this was just symptoms of things to come.
Okay, so then what happened?
So then he ended things. I returned to LA a few months
6 months
ago.
later?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tried to get the dog back. He kept putting it off. He has literally not let me see Spike until since I left.
So your position is that he's your dog now?
Yep, Your Honor, the dog has known me its whole life.
Right.
It recognizes me as its owner, as its father.
I would like the opportunity to find this out for myself. And legally, the dog is mine. The dog is in my name. I have proof.
Let me see their proof. Did you send some money for food and care for the dog?
Absolutely.
She did not. She didn't send a dime.
I
absolutely
did.
She didn't send a dime.
I paid rent.
Let me see your
rent.
proof. Absolutely.
Your Honor, with me I have not only medical bills proving that I was the sole person taking care of the
Okay,
dog.
but wait, I'm going to get to you in a minute. Okay, so she's got a microchip identifying the dog as belonging to her. Let me see the proof that you sent money for the care of this dog, 6 months care.
I don't have that proof.
Absolutely. I know you got something. Oh, absolutely. I sent money. And you got nothing to show me? Nothing?
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
You gave the dog as a gift. It was her dog. You agreed to take care of the dog while she was gone. And your responsibility, though, as an owner, was to provide the food and the medical care and all of that, which is $610. You got that? Mm-hmm. You having to pay him?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to have to order that you return the dog to her because it's her dog. But she's got to pay the $610. When can you pay the money? Absolutely.
Today.
Okay, so she's going to pay the $610 today. And when can you hand over the dog?
Whenever she can pick him up.
You want me to arrange a time for you to meet her here at the courthouse with the dog?
That'd be best.
All right, so she's going to, why don't we do this tomorrow? You come in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with cash, $610, and you're going to bring Spike, and the bailiff will meet you downstairs. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so really the judgment is for the plaintiff, but on the contingency that she pays you what she owes you, which is the $610. All right, good luck to you both.
Judge Karen has ruled. The plaintiff is ordered to pay $610. The defendant is ordered to return the dog.
I'm really happy the judge is giving me my dog back.
Yeah, I really love Spike, and I'm really gonna miss him. I just hope that you're gonna let me see him every now and again.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios. As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Molly and Joanne Hurst are suing esthetician Zoe Parker in the amount of $500. The co-plaintiffs claim Ms. Parker rented space at their salon and say the defendant failed to give notice before vacating.
Mrs. Hurst and Ms. Hurst, you are suing Ms. Parker for $500, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and I understand that you own a salon?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
own a salon, and I have the business for about 30 years.
Okay, a hair salon.
A hair salon.
And you do hair yourself?
I do hair myself.
Okay, and what about you, ma'am?
I also, I graduated from beauty school and I'm an esthetician.
Okay.
And when I turned 18, my mother and I split the ownership of the business.
So that you
50-50.
both own it?
50-50.
Okay. And you, ma'am, are an esthetician?
Yes, I'm an esthetician as well.
Okay, so what type of treatments do you do?
I'm specialized in beauty. I'm in the beauty. I've been in the beauty industry for quite some time, but I focus on the esthetician services and beauty services, more so like facial, waxing, things
Okay.
like that. And I
Okay.
worked in her salon for 6 months.
Did you have other stylists or
No, she had no other
estheticians?
estheticians.
I'm asking her.
Sorry about that.
Yes,
Sorry.
excuse me.
Did you have other stylists or estheticians working there?
No, I had nobody. I
Were-
only had 3 other people doing hair.
Okay.
So I did have the space, and I was looking for someone to fill out that space.
So you never had an esthetician
never.
before the defendant?
No, never.
But you had the space for one?
I had a space for it.
Okay.
And I
what-
wanted to bring in more money and increase business.
Okay. And was your daughter, what were you studying in school?
I was studying to be an esthetician.
So you were studying to be an esthetician?
Yes, but once I graduated from that, we always planned for me to go work with my mother since we split it 50-50.
Okay.
And
so when you entered into an agreement with the defendant, at what point, where were you in school at the time?
So I first started out for the first year, first 6 months she was working there, I was in school getting my esthetician's
Right.
license.
How much more time did you have before you were to graduate?
It was
6
5 months, 5.5, 6 months.
Later, you graduated?
Yes.
Okay, so what was the agreement, Ms. Hurst, that you made with Ms. Parker?
I said to her, I'm going to give you the chair. It's $500 a month.
Okay.
All the money that you bring in, it's your money.
Okay.
If you decide to leave at any point, please give me 30 days notice.
Was this in writing?
That was in writing.
Let me see the agreement, please. So what she said to me, ma'am,
Yes.
is that what the agreement was?
Yes, that was the agreement
Okay.
that I was to rent out the chair for $500 a month.
Right, and is that
everything.
standard in your city? In LA,
That- yeah.
is $500 a month
That
standard
is
for
pretty-
chair rental?
Pretty
Okay.
standard.
more.
That was actually a very good price, yeah.
Okay. All right, so how was it then during these first 6 months? What was going on?
The first month was pretty rough. I had to establish and start from scratch.
You didn't have clients that you came in with?
Yes, all from mainly from social media. I just accomplished a milestone on social media. I
Right.
established.
But
a
I'm
good-
saying you didn't have any regular clients of your own?
Yes, I started off in home.
Okay.
So I would do the services in home.
Right, so
that-
those folks
right.
started coming to the shop, is
Right.
that
Yes,
right?
but I help her a lot with my clients. We had a casual conversation that if I gave her some clients, she would give me 25%. And if she gave me some clients to do hair, then she would give me 25%.
Is that true?
So I did help her
Yes,
out
but
at the
that
beginning.
she did not help me with any clients. That was after I helped her with her clients, and so
Okay.
she decided that she wanted 25% because I was bringing a lot of people coming in for my services because
Right.
they didn't even know that she offered an esthetician services at her salon.
Right.
So it wasn't
you're saying
until
your clients
was
were
coming in
going
for
over,
hair.
Right, were coming over to you. Is
Right.
that right?
No,
More
there-
her clients coming to you than your clients going to her?
Yes.
Okay,
Vice
so
versa.
that's the truth then.
Exactly. But she would send me a lot of clients, and the
Okay.
first 6 months it was really good.
Right, so your
was
business
growing.
picked up then.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
She was eager to work, and she had a lot of, being younger, she knew a lot of social media, so she brought a lot of new clients
So
to the salon.
were you advertising your salon on social
No,
media?
ma'am.
No, nothing?
I was advertising, but I was still the old-fashioned.
Doing it in the paper?
Yellow pages.
Right, yep, they have yellow pages?
flyers. Yeah.
Okay.
Where I live,
so that's the only advertising you were doing is
I
through
did
the-
flyers, and sometimes I
Flyers.
hire a person to put flyers in cars or send it to,
Mostly it's
like,
word of mouth, Your Honor.
Right.
You know,
mean
all the
how she
business.
gets customers
Yes.
is usually word of mouth. Okay.
And we've been there for 6 years, so.
in
we-
that
we're
location.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then what happened that the relationship ended?
So yes, after 6 months, which she never mentioned that her plan or intention was to wait for her daughter to graduate and then bring her in as an esthetician as well. She never gave me that warning.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
My intuition told me
Don't
that...
tell me about your intuition. Tell me what happened.
Oh,
Day
what was
one.
happening?
On day
what was
one.
happening was that they were definitely stealing my clients.
No, I think you got jealous.
And later,
So the car was, you ruined the transmission because it was an all-wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah, everybody knows it's common knowledge that you can't tow an all-wheel car. You need to have it on a flatbed.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Molly and Joanne Hurst, who are suing Zoe Parker for breach of contract.
I don't understand something because she testified that after you had been there 6 months, it was 5 months later that she graduated.
Yes.
So once I graduated,
Right.
I was allowed to, my mother hired me to come in and
How
also...
much time had she been there when you finally graduated? The 6 months?
She was there
No,
6
yes.
months.
Okay,
and
so
then she
that's-
lasted 3 days. Once I got in, she lasted 3 days.
3 days
and
after
left.
you started
Right.
working there.
So yeah, I left
So
3
6
days.
months in, she
3 days.
graduates. She starts working as a esthetician. And you said, I'm not with that. And
Yeah,
you,
I'm not, because she was not communicative, and I felt like my business was being threatened. So that's why I took
there was a
myself out of
problem
the
with that
situation.
because we had a lot of clients, and the clients were waiting a long time for their appointments.
That's part of
so
the
I had
business,
to
Your
bring
Honor. That's
someone
part of
in,
the business.
and why not?
No,
bring
that's
my...
the reason why I don't go to salons. Because I do not like waiting.
Exactly. And they were waiting 15 to 20 minutes. That's a long wait.
Right.
And
I
they
feel
were
like that's short in
complaining.
this business.
We wanted to expand our business.
Right.
Not
And
try
how
to
big,
sell.
how big is this place? How big is your business?
She only had 6 chairs, and only 3 of them were always rented out. Other than that, 3 were empty.
Okay, but did you have some room in the back where you would do the facials, or everything's being done out in the open? A
No, it
person
wasn't
is-
a
There was
room
an
in the
area.
back.
Yeah, there was.
When you
there's
say
a
you're
private
renting
room.
a chair, is it a chair or is it space? Because I don't
Space.
say I can give facial in a chair.
Space, yeah, space.
Okay, so you're renting space.
Yes, and
So
then-
now you're bringing your daughter in.
To help out because she graduated.
Right, but
she
so
was-
she's doing the same thing though.
Exactly.
Most salons don't have, a small salon, usually they don't have more than one person that's an
Exactly,
esthetician.
Your Honor.
Unless the person's doing nails, a nail tech.
Right, but
So my idea was she was coming in to help speed the process, or help, or do
Right.
do
So-
other services to just help.
Right.
But
it
no,
looks
that was
like
not
you
the
got
case.
upset pretty quickly.
Oh,
Because
yes,
by
Your
day
Honor.
3 you were gone.
Oh yes, Your Honor.
What happened day 1?
My intuition told me
Don't
that.
tell me about your intuition. Tell me what happened.
Oh,
day
what was
1.
happening?
On day
what was
1.
happening was that they were definitely stealing my clients.
no, I think you got jealous.
Yeah.
How was she
afraid of the
stealing your
competition.
clients?
She was stealing my clients because my clients would come in, and when they would wait, she would say, "Oh, my daughter could do your services for 25% off." Of course, anyone's going to take that.
Did
Your
you
Honor.
offer those services?
Yes, I did.
Well, that wasn't
Anyone
fair to
is going
her.
to take that, Your Honor.
But that wasn't fair to her.
But she was not keeping up with the
But
clients.
they were her clients coming in. Remember, we had an agreement. Excuse me, we had an agreement that I'm going to turn some over to you, you're going to turn some over to me. But these are her clients coming in, and you're passing it off to your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor, you're correct.
So you just felt like you were going to cut your losses, take your clients, and move on.
Exactly,
And
Your
so
Honor.
you
I
left.
felt like if I stayed any longer, it would eventually have been to where I lose out on work, and I'm sitting there with no work, and she basically takes all my clientele.
But
and
you
phased me
agreed to
out.
pay $500 a month a year.
You're right, but I can't
Yes.
do that if she's going to steal all my clients.
Okay, but there's no caveats in here. I agree that
You're right.
I'm going to pay $500 a month.
But
Exactly.
but the contract never stated anything about sharing clients. I
It
have
didn't-
no.
what you do in
excuse
a
me, your
salon.
contract states nothing about the client thing.
Right.
That was some oral agreement you had.
Right.
But the actual written rental agreement, which is what's really binding here, what this is about, says that you're going to pay $500 a month and you're going to get 30 days notice.
But it doesn't state.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you, ma'am. I'm being asked to interpret a contract. It says I'm going to pay $500 a month and give you 30 days notice.
Exactly.
Now, did you ever rent out the chair to somebody else?
No, afterwards, Joanne, my daughter, took over.
Okay, so she took over that chair.
Yes.
So I feel like she could have
Okay.
paid that then.
The thing is, when somebody breaks a lease, the landlord, let's use a landlord-tenant situation, has to make reasonable efforts to find somebody to take this apartment. Let's use that. Okay, so you say 6 months into a 1-year lease, you break a lease. The landlord just can't just sit there for the next 6 months and then sue for 6 months of rent. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm now asking you, how were you damaged? If your daughter immediately moved into the new chair, bed, wherever it is in the back, where are your damages?
Well, because she took most of the clients.
The customers would come in looking for her.
Those were my
They were
clients.
hers.
But then she should have given me the $500 since she was taking the clients.
See, you are now connecting those two things that aren't connected in this lease. All she had to do was give you $500 a month. Immediately when she left, your daughter took over her spot. So you really don't have any damages. You don't have any damages.
But it took a while for her to start getting clients.
It's got nothing to do with clients. She needs to get on what? Social media.
But it's in the contract.
I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The co-plaintiff's claim has been denied.
The judge got it right. You tried to steal my clients and it didn't happen.
You were just jealous. You were just worried about the competition.
You knew what he did was wrong, and you should give me my money.
Coming up.
You went out and what happened?
So I get halfway through and it starts to downpour. And it's off-road, it's dirt everywhere, so it very quickly became mud, and I got stuck.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Arthur Romanos is suing his friend, Brett Nicholson, in the amount of $1,500. Mr. Romanos claims Mr. Nicholson had his car improperly towed and says the defendant should pay for the damages.
You are suing Mr. Nicholson for $1,400 representing property damage to your vehicle. Is that right?
It's $1,500 actually, Your Honor.
$1,500. And what's your relationship with the defendant?
We're old friends from high school in New York.
So who was invited on this camping trip?
It was Brett, my ex-girlfriend Susan. We all went to high school together in New York. And my friend Denise, who lives out here, who's a rock climbing expert.
And had you ever been camping before?
I have, yeah.
How many times?
I'd say over a dozen.
And you had never been camping?
No, Your Honor.
But you were excited about this trip?
I was willing to give it a try.
Okay, so tell me what happened.
So we go to Joshua Tree for about 5 days, and the first 2 days were great.
How did you get there?
We took my car and Denise's car.
Okay, so you drove in tandem in 2 cars?
Correct.
And what kind of car do you have?
It's a CRV.
And what type of tires are on the car?
It's got tires for off-roading.
And had you ever seen that type of setup in a vehicle?
No. I'm not much of a car person.
Right.
Living in New York City, I take the subway everywhere.
Right, you don't own a vehicle?
No.
Okay, so what did we do with the car the first 2 or 3 days?
I drove it. I showed Brett how to go off-roading and what to do in case of an emergency.
Right, so when we go off-road, what is it that we're doing?
Driving over dunes and, watching out for the rattlesnakes, of course.
Okay, so you did that?
Yeah, I was riding along with him while he showed us this little loop that we went on.
Right, do you know how to drive?
Yes, I do have a license.
Coming up.
You were going to try by yourself to get this car out of mud?
I was all by myself, so I didn't know what else to do.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Arthur Romanos, who is suing Brett Nicholson for property damage.
So then what happened the day that this incident happened? Tell me what went on.
So Susan and Denise and I, we went rock climbing, but Brett didn't want to go with us.
Rock climbing? You rock climb too?
Once in a while.
Okay, so why didn't you go rock climbing?
I was already out of my comfort zone going camping, so I was all set with climbing on rocks and stuff.
Okay, so you leave him to go rock climbing, and what happens while you're still at the site?
Well, he left me with his car and said that I could do some more off-roading, so I spent some time just relaxing, reading by the fire, and then I decided, I'm here by myself. There's no point in just staring at the fire the whole time, so I did take the car.
You went out and what happened?
So I get halfway through and it starts to downpour. And it's off-road, it's dirt everywhere, so it very quickly became mud, and I got stuck.
Okay.
And he had shown us what to do in case of something like this happened.
What was that?
So start by taking out the mats from the car, putting them in front of the tire.
Okay.
So I'd rev a little bit, see if I could kind of cradle my way out.
Right.
And then I even
You
got
were
out.
going to try by yourself to get this car out of mud?
I was all by myself, so I didn't know what else to do. So
All right,
after
so what happened?
about an hour of being stuck there, I was freezing, and I was just not sure what to do.
Did you try calling him?
I did try to call him, but there was no service where
Right.
we were. I probably tried at least 2 or 3 times.
Right.
About an hour there, bigger trucks started to come out the same way.
Okay.
He was off-roading too, but had a vehicle that was clearly more equipped for it.
Okay.
And he saw that I was in need.
Okay.
And he offered to hitch me up
Right.
and tow me back to the campsite.
Right, but why did you need to be towed back to the campsite? Why didn't he just hit you and pull you out of the mud?
He just offered, and I was already, because they were staying at the campsite too,
Right.
and I told him our scenario,
Right.
and he's like, here, let me hit you up and get you back there.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Okay.
And this destroyed my transmission, and
Right.
he wasn't covered by my insurance, so I had to pay out of pocket. I have
Right.
the invoice right here.
So the car you ruined the transmission because it was an all-wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah, everybody knows it's common knowledge that you can't tow an all-wheel car. You need to
Your
have
Honor.
it on a flatbed.
And how would anyone in there who's not a mechanic know
Right.
that? I had no idea that I couldn't tow it that way.
If I'm in somebody's car, or even if I was just in my own car,
Sure.
and somebody offers to pull the car. First of all, just regular towing a car can be treacherous. I learned quite recently that you cannot tow an all-wheel drive vehicle. So I had an all-wheel drive vehicle, and I did not know that. And so I can imagine how you wouldn't have realized all of that, but it doesn't matter what you didn't understand. Once you took possession of his car, you were responsible for returning that car in the condition that it was in when you took it, and it was not in that condition. So you owe him $1,500. All right, I'm ready to rule judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,500.
I know you didn't mean to break my car, but you did, and I'm glad you're going to have to pay for it.
No, I can tell you I'm never going to go camping again, especially with you.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios. As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. DJ Alexa Johnson is suing Sydney Sterling in the amount of $500. Ms. Johnson claims she was hired for a family reunion and says Mr. Sterling refused to pay her after a fight broke out on the dance floor.
So, Ms. Johnson, you're suing for $500, and this has to do with DJ performance fees. Is that right?
Correct.
So how do you know the defendant?
We met years ago. We worked at the same radio station together. He was the ad sales rep, and I was the on-air talent.
Okay, so you were a radio DJ?
Radio DJ.
For how long were you doing that?
We did it for 2 years together.
All right, so this has to do with a family reunion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so who was hosting the family reunion?
That was me, Your Honor.
Just you, not other family members?
Yes.
You were responsible for paying for everything?
Yes.
Okay, and where was the event being held?
The event was being held in Georgia. It was Macon, Georgia.
Okay, I've been to Macon. Nice little town.
Yes.
Good barbecue.
Oh, yes, very good.
Okay. All right, so you contracted with Miss Johnson for DJ performances?
Yes, Your Honor.
Services?
Yes,
Is that
Your Honor.
right? All right. So is she pretty popular in Macon?
Yeah, she's pretty popular, and she's one of my close friends too. So I was all like, you know, might as well.
Right. So you two were close friends before this happened?
Well, I wouldn't say like close friends, but I was like one of her mentors. When she first came to the radio station, she came to me, and I gave her like tips on, you know, like how to look at the rates and how to, you know, like just make people that's paying your bills happy. Instead of, you know, worrying about everybody, just worry about the people that's paying your bills.
Oh, okay. So I have hired DJs for parties I've had, and usually the DJ will say, well, what kind of music, and is there like a list of songs you want to hear? Do you do that?
Yes, I did that with him, ma'am.
Okay, did she tell you that? Say, give me a list of songs, and did she tell you that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you give her a list of songs?
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Okay, why didn't you give her a list of songs?
I didn't give her a list of songs because, well, for one reason, I just asked her to play one thing, and that was basically for my mom, because my mom, she's like a big Motown fan.
Okay.
So, you know, that's all I was expecting out of the night.
For 4 hours of just Motown music?
Well, you know, like, she could switch it up like Motown, and just like, I didn't want like any profanity or any of like the music that they have now, because I honestly feel like the music that they have now is not that good.
Right. So you understood what you were being asked to do?
Yes.
Okay, so in your mind, what were you gonna do based on what he wanted?
I did exactly what he asked, ma'am. I got a list together of songs for Motown.
Motown songs,
and some hip-hop songs that the younger generation could also
that were clean.
They were all clean.
Okay.
No profanity.
All right, so we get there, everything is going well at first?
Yes, Your Honor.
Everything was great.
So what happened?
Well, I played a lot of Motown songs.
Right.
And then a lady came up to the booth and made a request for a Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell song.
Okay, well, that's Motown.
That's Motown.
Okay, what was the song?
The song was "If You're All Need to Get By."
Oh yeah, okay.
It was a lovely song, and I know that his mother's favorite artist is Marvin Gaye, so I thought.
Is that true?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay, you thought that was his mama?
At first I did.
Okay.
Turns out, Your Honor, that the lady wasn't my mother. She was actually my father's. She was his new girlfriend.
And how long had your parents been, are they divorced?
Yes.
How long they been divorced?
For about a month.
Oh, at the time of this incident?
Yes. They was only divorced for about a month.
Whose family reunion was this? Your mother's side or your father's side?
My father's side.
Your father's side?
Yes.
Well, why did your mother come?
Well, I tried to talk her out of it,
but you said they had only been separated like a month.
Yes.
40 years, and we've been separated a month, and I'm like, okay with it? I don't think so.
I
don't think so. So what happened during the song?
So during the song, when the song turns on, you know, I'm thinking everything is okay until my sister, she comes and grabs me and tells me, you know, like, oh, you need to come and see this. So when I go in to see this, it's the new girlfriend, you know, like bumping and grinding on the dad.
Right.
And my mom.
On your dad?
Yes.
Well, you say the dad.
Yeah, my apologies. I should say my dad.
And has he become the dad now? Not my dad? It's just him?
Well, yeah, you know, I can't. But I see him, you know, like they're dancing together and they're dancing a little bit too close.
Right.
So my mom, she got so mad, and I'm like protective over my mom. So I didn't really like step into it, but I asked my sister, like, can she go take my dad outside and, you know, like explain to him that even though this is your family, that is disrespectful.
Right.
You knowing that your ex-wife for 40 years is here. But I seen my mom get up and she like walked over there and told her like, oh, like they was arguing back and forth.
Well, now she and a new girl.
Yes.
I thought she didn't have a problem with her.
No, she had a problem with it.
Oh, okay. So
she just don't like to. I guess
didn't you think that my daddy is probably going to come to this family reunion that his family hasn't had in so many years with his new woman?
I was thinking that too, but I tried to talk her out of it. But what she told me was she's not going to let no female dog, you know, like mess. Of course, she didn't say.
She didn't say female dog.
Yeah, but
she said one of the words she doesn't want to hear the rap song.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. She said she's not going to let that lady mess up her family.
Oh, so she was there to take her husband back.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
And
so
then
why are we here?
I put on another Marvin Gaye song. Let's Get It On.
Let's Get It On.
To end the night.
If you put on a slow song like that, especially after an altercation that just happened like that, I don't think that's the best idea.
And later.
I just wanted to come to make my facial, which was, according to the email, $90.
Okay.
And
you didn't care about what she was using. You just wanted to make sure it was just $90.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Alexa Johnson, who is suing Sydney Sterling for non-payment of services.
What went down then with this song?
Well, during the altercation, while the song was going on, I saw that things were going the wrong direction.
The altercation is just between the mother and this new lady?
The mother's new lady and her sisters jumped in as well.
Your aunts jumped in?
Yes.
Your daddy's sisters?
Yes.
It didn't end up in blows or anything?
No. Right away when I saw that happening, I changed the song to something that I thought would, because the power of music to make people happy.
So what did you put on?
The Electric Slide.
So then, what happened when the Electric Slide came on?
Everything got back to being
Not these people arguing, because they wouldn't have cared.
They separated them.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have cared that you were playing Electric Slide.
Well, they went off the dance floor, and then the other people came back on the dance floor.
Okay, they started
Everybody
Electric
else at
Slide.
the party.
Okay, so I don't understand why we're here.
Well, at the end of the night, I do the standard DJ end of the night segment where I put on a slower song that has a lesser volume, so that I can introduce myself and give them the contact information if they want to book me for the private. That's how my business works, word of mouth.
That takes no time.
And then I thank them for giving me the opportunity to dance.
You're 4.5 hours in at this point.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
so
then
why are we here?
I put on the last song. I tell them this is the last song, and I put on another Marvin Gaye song. Let's Get It On.
Let's Get It On.
To end the night.
Now, Your Honor.
Well, it wouldn't have been my choice for the last song. No, just it wouldn't have been my choice. But what was wrong with the song?
What I believe was wrong with the song was I thought that she would have got it. Like I think that like anybody would get common sense if you put on a slow song like that, especially after an altercation that just happened like that. I don't think that's the best idea.
Right. What do you think she should have ended the night with?
I think like.
There's no way I could play another line dancing song.
Well, you know, DJs, they're supposed
Last Dance. Donna Summer's Last Dance. That's what most DJs play at the end of the night.
That is.
At least my era. That's what they play. So you're here because she played Let's Get It On?
No, Your Honor. I'm here because another altercation happened.
Okay, what happened then?
While she played that
You acted like this DJ was in control of your family.
No.
I mean, they hear a song and then they start kicking off their shoes and throwing off their hats. And they want to Let's Get It On.
No, but here's the thing, Your Honor. When that song came on, my mom, I guess she wanted to get revenge.
Right.
So my mother and father, they got a divorce. And also my father's brother got a divorce. So my mom, she got up and grabbed my father's brother and started bumping and grinding with him.
Right.
Yeah, to try to get revenge back at, I guess, try to get revenge back at my dad.
Right, and so what happened?
So I get mad because I'm outside. I'm putting like flowers in my car because I have to like put up everything.
Right. So, but what's wrong with that?
No.
Your mama's free and your uncle is free.
Well.
What's the problem with that? Was there a fight?
Yes, there was. When I walked in, right as I'm
Your daddy got mad?
Yes. Right as I'm walking in, my dad like just takes off on my uncle.
Right.
And
so they start a fight?
Yes, like punches are thrown, slaps are thrown, wigs are coming off. You know, like...
Wigs came off?
Yes, like, a lot happened, Your Honor. A lot happened.
Who broke that fight up?
Well, I broke it, and, like, some of my other family members, like my cousins, we broke it up. And
okay, so wait, so now you don't want to pay this lady what you owe her because she played Let's Get It On?
Well, yeah, well, when you make it sound like that, it sounds bad, but yes.
It is bad. It is bad. You got bigger problems than a DJ that played Let's Get It On. I mean, the problems with the way adults behaved at this party. I mean, how could you ask somebody that you hired and paid to like read the signals going on this side of the room and that side of the room and don't play G17? There used to be a song, please, mister, don't play G17 because it was our song. I mean, she's supposed to know that? You know, what Let's Get It On is gonna mean and what Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing is gonna mean, and how is she supposed to know that? I mean, you should have given her a list of songs not to play. I mean, you didn't even give her a list of what to play. She at least played Motown, and one thing for sure, she played Motown.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just like you asked.
Yes,
and it's a shame that your friendship is over this money. You're gonna give her those $500.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on with mom and daddy now? They back together?
No, Your Honor.
Is your mom and your uncle together?
No, Your Honor. They're not together.
You think it's a possibility that...
I hope not, but I don't put nothing past anybody. So.
Right, exactly. And they're grown folks. You just got to let these grown folks do what they're going to do and move on with your own life, really.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm ready to rule judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $500.
I'm so happy I got my $500. And how was I supposed to know that they were going to get it on when I played the song, Let's Get It On?
Well, I told you not to play any slow songs. It was still a slow song, but it is what it is.
Coming up.
When the facial ended, what happened?
I went to pay. She gave me a machine to pay. I paid, and I found out that I paid 3 times more than I expected.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Audrey Kirst is suing esthetician Christine Folino in the amount of $242. Ms. Kirst claims Ms. Folino falsely advertised her services and says she was overcharged for a facial.
All right, Ms. Kirst, you're suing Ms. Folino for $242 for fraud, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and how do you know the defendant?
My esthetician, she suddenly left to another city.
Okay.
And I had to look for somebody else. And my friend, she referred me Miss Folino. And actually, Miss Folino wrote me an email saying that she provides signature brightening facial for $90.
Okay.
And this price sounded reasonable for me, but I decided to check other estheticians.
Right, but $90 is a cheap facial.
Yeah, it's a good price.
It's a nice. Well, you know, it's not about you. I get facials 2 or 3 times a month, and $90 is a cheap facial unless it's spa month.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's a cheap facial.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you had to go to her house to get the facial.
Yeah, so you know, it's not the same kind of service as if you go like to spa.
Right,
or,
well,
like,
you don't get the
to medical
steam room,
center.
the sauna, you don't get the meditation, they don't bring you the tea and everything. I get it.
Right, but yeah, it's still
But it was
different.
$90.
Yeah, it's still
But
different.
what were the products you were using? What products were you using for her?
I'm using exactly the same products that people use in the spa. The
But
only
people use
difference...
different products in different spas.
Yeah,
There's
but I mean,
different lines of beauty products depending on which spa you go to. How many facials had you done before you did the plaintiff's facial?
I was just starting.
So she was your first facial?
I mean, one of the first.
So when you get to her house, are you pleased with the products? You were pleased with what the setup was like?
I just wanted to come to make my facial, which was, according to the email, $90.
Okay.
And
you didn't care about what she was using. You just wanted to make sure it was just $90.
Coming up.
You two are both speaking English, which is not the native language of either one of you, and you're speaking it to each other.
That's true.
And so I think there might have been some confusion going on.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Audrey Kirst, who is suing Christine Folino for fraud.
What did you do then?
I was just trying to say, okay, would you like me to change the product or to remove it because you feel your skin dry? Or
did she ask you if you wanted her to remove the product?
I don't remember such things.
That didn't happen?
She only started to, do you want this? Do you want this? And
so what happened when the facial ended?
Yeah, like, first of all, I wasn't happy.
What happened when the facial ended? When the facial ended, what happened?
I went to pay. She gave me a machine to pay. I paid, and I found out that I paid 3 times more than I expected.
How much did you pay?
$332.
You paid $332?
Yes.
Why did she charge her $332?
Actually, at the moment I was asking her if she was happy with my treatment, she told me that she wanted something different, something like to deep clean the skin. And I told her, oh yes, actually I have like a pumpkin seed peel.
Did she offer you this pumpkin seed peel?
She every step of the facial, she asked me, do you want this? Do you want this? So I told, yes, if it's a part of the facial, make it.
Right.
No,
because
she didn't
I don't
say
know
that.
like how
she
to do
just said,
facial.
okay, I just want to get rid of it. I want to get away. Please
well, you know
finish your
what?
work.
This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's because when you're both talking to me, I really have to listen to you to understand what you're saying. And you two are both speaking English, which is not the native language of either one of you, and you're speaking it to each other.
That's true.
And so I think there might have been some confusion going on.
Yes.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
You put out there that there is a facial for $90. She apparently didn't understand you because it's not real clear what's happening here. And there was confusion. She's saying you didn't tell her it's going to cost her more money. Do you think this lady knows pumpkin lactic peel? I mean, really? Did you really know what it was? I've asked you what products you use, and you can't even tell me what products you use. You couldn't even tell me. You say what's common. You are talking to Spa Queen right here, okay? It is nothing common. Every place is different. You don't just go down to Walgreens somewhere and get your products and tell people you're going to charge them $90 for a facial. I believe there was a misunderstanding here on both parts. You both misunderstood each other, and I'm just going to split the baby on this one. It's $242. I'm going to split it in half. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $121. Good luck to you both.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $121.
I'm glad that I got some part of the money back, and I think you just should be more clear in the future.
If you just check my website, everything would have been clear.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios. As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Gwendolyn Barth is suing artist Brooks Tamblyn in the amount of $2,500. Ms. Barth claims Mr. Tamblyn defamed her on social media after she sold one of his sculptures at her gallery. Mr. Tamblyn is countersuing for $4,000.
Ms. Barth, you're suing Brooks Tamblyn for $2,500 for defamation of character. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. And how do you know the defendant?
We've met at my gallery. I sold some of his friend's artwork, and he came with him, and we just started talking, and he showed me some of his artwork.
Right.
He's a sculptor.
So you own a gallery?
I do.
And how long have you owned the gallery?
15 years.
15 years. So in what medium are you an artist?
Well, I do sculptures, paintings,
Okay.
really varieties of different arts.
Okay. So you two hooked up at a party? Just friends, just conversation, I mean.
Absolutely,
Yes,
yeah.
a friend through a friend.
Okay, and so then what happened at the party?
Basically, it was just a little art gathering, you know.
Right.
Pretty much everybody just comes and discuss what they're gonna put on or what they've been working with. And my friend introduced me to her. She's very known, and I got to know her, and I asked her, can I put my stuff on display? And we kind of came to a little verbal agreement to put my sculptures on display.
You agreed to display his work?
Correct.
Okay, and he said a verbal agreement. It's 15 years in the business. I know you don't enter into these agreements verbally.
You know, honestly, I do. Because
she does.
I just have a deep love of art.
Right.
So It's always been by word of mouth, and I've never had a problem. This is
Right.
the first time I've
Well,
ever
when
had a problem
someone
like this.
consigns basically a piece with you, there is an agreement about payment and
It's
how
kind of-
long this
yeah.
going to be on display in your gallery.
It's an industry standard,
Right.
and it's 20% commission.
Okay,
so
but
everything's on
nothing is in
commission.
writing.
Never been in writing, no.
not at
That's
all.
why you're here now.
I know.
That's why you're here now. So you agreed to, you have any pictures of your work?
Yes, I do.
Let me see something that you've done. And did you believe, obviously you thought well of his work, that you agreed to put it on display in your gallery, right?
When
I still believe he's a very gifted artist.
Yeah, when I
Okay.
showed it to her, she loved almost every picture I showed to her. She
Okay.
really agreed
Yeah,
really
art
quick.
is kind of in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
I was an art history major,
Right.
so.
And so what you beheld, you thought was, it's kind of scary, your art, huh?
Yeah, it just kind of
I wouldn't
speaks.
want to wake up in the middle of the night and run into that piece of sculpture.
It's a required taste.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, have certain likes and dislikes
Right.
about it, but
Had you sold anything before you put your work on display?
I've sold my own work, not at her gallery, but
Okay.
I've sold my own work, yes.
Okay, so you take his work in this one piece?
Correct.
The one piece you showed me?
Yes, it was that one piece.
Okay, so how long is it in your gallery?
I only had it in there for a day.
A day?
Yes.
A day.
And
I was
somebody
having
wanted-
a show the next night.
Right.
So I displayed it at the show, and it just sold immediately.
For how much?
$5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000.
That's nice. That's the biggest sale you had to date.
Yes.
That's
yes.
a lot of money for artists.
It really is,
Right.
and it could pay the bills. I'll tell you that.
Right. So, and your commission would have been $1,000 of that. Okay. So when did you find out that she sold the piece the first day?
I found out the second because I was there at the gallery that she was selling my
Oh,
sculpture.
you were
at.
there at that event?
Yes.
Okay, so you knew that day that it sold.
Yes, I knew once it was sold. I was there because obviously it's my artwork.
Right. Okay, so it sells now. Why haven't you paid him?
This is the problem. I've never, ever had a problem like this before. This
Right.
is the first time.
Excuses.
The next day, my gallery sprung a leak, and there was a huge flood.
Okay.
And I had to take care of that immediately because
Okay.
luckily none of the artwork was ruined.
Well, you weren't there cleaning it all up yourself, right? You called the plumber in.
Well, and I was
some
worried about
cleaning.
mold setting in because it's an old building.
Right.
And my apartment is attached to the back of it. So
Okay.
it was like, unfortunately, like
The
it
whole
had to
thing.
be dealt with
so
immediately.
day two, the next day, 24 hours later, you have a flood.
Then, yes, I
And
have
so
a
you
flood.
Magically, out of
okay,
nowhere.
how did the buyer pay for that piece of work?
They paid by check, and we still had to wait for the check to clear for 3 days.
By check. So he or she writes a check.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, that's day two. How long does it normally take a check to clear?
3 days.
Okay, so 3 days later, why didn't you pay him?
Well, then I got a call from my sister that my mother fell and broke her hip.
Out of
Okay,
nowhere.
where's
Magically.
Where does your sister live?
In Arizona.
Okay, so
And
you had to
so
fly to Arizona now.
I had to fly out to Arizona. My
Okay,
sister.
but this 3 days later, you should have had the money would have cleared. Because remember, the check only takes 3 days. What does it take? 5 minutes to write a check or call them down and say, come get your money?
I had
That's
well,
what
had
I
already
think,
left town, and I was so overwhelmed.
You had
with
left town when? At what point had you left town?
I left town before the check cleared to go take care of my
Okay,
mother.
so you had left when then? We had day one.
Correct.
Day one he sells.
Correct.
Next day there's a flood. We're
Correct.
now day two, which is really day one for check purposes.
Yes.
Correct.
Then what?
Then the next day,
The
I got
very
the phone
next
call.
day, your
Correct.
sister said you got to come to Arizona. And
Yes.
did you leave that day or did you leave the next day?
I left that night.
You left that night to Arizona.
Correct.
Okay.
Disappeared.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
30 days we're in Arizona, and in none of those days did you say, let me figure out a way to get this man his money?
My mom broke her hip, and I was running her to doctor's appointments. It was just not on my mind. I was so overwhelmed.
And later,
So it's just the people at the table are invited
Yes,
to
yes, it's
get up and smash a plate, but on the floor
It's
there.
a good luck thing. It's.
Well, was it good luck for you?
No, Your Honor, it was not.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Gwendolyn Barth, who is suing Brooks Tamblyn for defamation of character.
Okay, so now we're in Arizona. I'm trying to follow the money here. So we now in Arizona, then what happened?
I ended up having to stay with my mother for a month because there was no one else to take care of her.
But you had access to your bank account.
You know,
you ever heard of a wire transfer?
Well, he didn't. He wasn't
No.
set up to receive a wire. The agreement was to pay in cash.
What? Yeah, but there was an agreement to pay 3 days later after the check cleared, and you didn't honor that part of the agreement.
I could have set up. I could have set it up.
You don't have a bank account?
I don't have a bank account, but I can.
Well, how is she gonna pay you then?
But I can set it up easily. I mean, there's all different types of, wires.
Wait a second. See, we
But
don't
I've never
have a
had this
writing.
problem.
It's all verbal.
Yeah.
How was he supposed to be paid?
I was going to pay him in cash.
So she's in Arizona and you're looking for cash.
Yeah, that's really, I need my money.
So 30 days we're in Arizona, and in none of those days did you say, let me figure out a way to get this man his money?
My mom broke her hip and I was running her to doctor's appointments. It was just not on my mind. I was so overwhelmed.
Let me ask you this question. That place that you have, is it yours or you renting?
I run everything by myself, so I had to close my gallery for the month.
Okay, well, you were paying those bills while you were gone, right? You were paying your lease on the gallery. You were paying your lights. You were paying the rent on your apartment. You were paying all that while you were gone, right?
Paying the leak as well?
You were paying your credit card bills and everything else, right? You didn't file bankruptcy while you were gone.
No, but
everybody else got paid while you were gone, right?
Correct.
Okay. So now we're 30 days in. Then what?
Then he goes and posts on Facebook that I'm a liar and that I'm a cheat.
Right.
And another artist that I was commissioned to work with, that was a guaranteed person to come in, sends me, and this is, you can take a look at the email. I don't know if that he was no longer going to work with me.
You're saying you're suing him because you've lost the
potential sale.
Right, because he went on the internet and said that you stole his money.
Correct.
And that you refused to pay him.
I'm not refusing to pay him.
Is this what he said? That
yes,
you refused to pay
exactly.
him? That it's about $4,000?
Correct.
Right? And that the first time you didn't pay him because you had a leak. Did he say all this online?
No, he just he said I was making up excuses, and I have proof of all of this.
Right.
It's not like I'm making this up.
Right.
This has never happened before.
Let me see the proof about the flood.
This has never happened before.
Let me see the proof about the flood. Don't send me a bunch of papers. Let me see the proof about the flood.
I don't have proof in here. I don't have proof of the flood in here.
Okay, give me a proof. Let me see the flight to Arizona.
Well, I don't have my phone with me, but I have.
Okay, nothing in Arizona, huh?
That's why I said.
Okay,
excuses.
flight back home. When did you get back to New York?
A week ago.
Oh, you're just getting back in?
I stayed in New York.
So it's almost 60 days have gone by.
Yeah.
Why haven't you paid the man his money?
Because he cost me money at this point. Now, I mean, it's
How
about...
much money has he cost you?
$2,500.
Okay, you got somebody that's going to come in here and tell me that he or she was prepared to pay you $2,500, but based on things they read about you.
That I do have proof of.
Okay, I don't take hearsay statements.
No, it's an email.
No. Definition of hearsay: it's an out-of-court statement being offered in court for the truth of what's asserted in the statement. Therefore, it's hearsay. And even if he was here, I tell you, it wouldn't matter to me because you haven't proven that what he said was a lie. You had not paid this man money. You promised him you were going to pay him. You're going to pay me in 3 days. All these things happened. That ain't his problem. It's your problem.
This has never happened to me before. I don't have a reputation for this.
You have countersued for the $4,000.
Yes. I should have countersued for more, but I'm trying to be reasonable.
Stress and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Were you able to pay your rent? Were you able to pay your rent while she was in Phoenix?
At the end of the day, I did come up with the money, but who says I wanted to have a hassle like that?
Right.
You know, not everybody wants to go out on the streets and hustle and make their money.
Right, so you had to hustle to make it.
Yes.
And you worked hard on that sculpture.
Yes, I put in several hours. I mean, you can look at the sculpture. It looks very nice. I'd say she loved it when she seen it. I mean, unless...
Scary. Just thinking about it scares me again.
maybe you could buy it for $8,000 for the feelings.
Right. All right, so I'm ready to rule. I'm going to, as to your claim of $2,500, I am ruling in favor of the defendant.
Thank you.
And as to because it was all true, and as to the counterclaim for $4,000, you know you owe him $4,000. That verbal agreement says you do. So judgment for the defendant in the amount of $4,000. You have 3 days from today to pay him cash. All right, good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff is ordered to pay $4,000.
I can't believe you weren't more understanding about all of the things that I was going through.
Show me the money, not the excuses.
Coming up.
We're having a great time, and my eye coordination was a little wrong, and I threw the plate and it hit the edge of the table, and it happened to land in her eye. But
Right. Do you have the medical bills for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you think you're responsible for this?
Because we gave clear instruction on how to do it.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Bristol Willis is suing restaurant owner Lazaros Patras in the amount of $2,500. Ms. Willis claims she suffered an eye injury after the defendant insisted she participate in a Greek plate smashing ritual.
This is for personal injury, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're the owner of a Greek restaurant.
Yes, ma'am.
And so how did you come into contact with the defendant, ma'am?
I was recently celebrating a promotion, and so my friends and I were looking for a restaurant to go to celebrate. My friend Finn had suggested his restaurant, Mr. Patras's, as we'd seen it on a food blog that we follow. And it sounded great. I love Greek food. And so we made reservations for that evening. I'm a flight attendant, and I've been working this terrible route from LAX to Reno. And I finally got a promotion from LAX to New York City.
Oh, okay. That's a good one there.
Yeah. So I was really excited.
All right. So then what happened then?
As my friend Finn was toasting me to celebrate my promotion, the waiter was clearing the plates, and he heard Finn's toast. So he went over to Mr. Patras, told him we were celebrating.
Did your waiter come over and tell you that they were celebrating her new flight pattern?
Well, he came over and said they were celebrating something. I don't know if it was at that moment that I knew it was the flight attendant promotion thing, but it's something, it happens in our restaurant a lot. In fact, on the blog that they saw, it says it's a place for celebration, and I think it says something about expect to break some plates, because that's what we do.
What do you do? What is this plate breaking?
It's a very old Greek tradition. I don't know where it started.
So you break perfectly good plates?
Well, we break plates, but because we're going to be breaking plates, I actually have a supplier who sells me plaster plates that we use only for breaking. We say, Opa, we smash the plate, and it's a big noise.
Don't they get on top of the tables and all?
No.
Coming up.
He went to throw it on the ground, but he missed and hit the edge of the table. And it was at that point that the plate shattered and a shard went into my eye.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Bristol Willis, who is suing Lazaros Patras for medical expenses.
Okay, and then what happened with this plate thing?
So Mr. Patras started smashing plates and yelling things in Greek, which was cool, fine, whatever.
Just smashing them?
Just throwing them on the ground. Smash them on the ground. He said he had to smash them on the ground.
Okay, you're saying you weren't the cause of what happened to her. What did you bring me?
I have, Your Honor, I have the receipt from the meal is also in there that we comped. It'll show you that we comped that.
Which we would have paid if I hadn't had to rush off to the emergency room.
If I can clarify. So we go to a table, they're having a celebration, Opa, the waiters, and we take a plate and we smash it on the floor and we show them, the waiter will show them, and it takes a little bit of coaxing, you know, at times, but there's very little coaxing on their part.
Right, so it's just the people at the table are invited to get up and smash a plate, but on the floor.
It's a good luck thing.
Well, was it good luck for you?
No, Your Honor, it was not.
What happened?
Mr. Patras insisted that I smash a plate, and I was hesitant at first because, much like yourself, I thought, oh, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Right.
But I did. I smashed one, and it was really fun, and, you know, Opa.
Yeah.
And so some of the other members of my party started smashing them as well, including my friend Finn. And unfortunately, Finn had had a little more to drink than some of the rest of us.
Right.
And his hand-eye coordination isn't the best to begin with anyways.
Okay.
And so he went to throw it on the ground, but he missed and hit the edge of the table. And it was at that point that the plate shattered and a shard went into my eye. Mr. Patras came over and insisted I try to flush it out with water or try to rub the shard out of my eye, which only made it worse.
Right. Is Finn here?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
All right, let me hear from Finn. Court calls Finley Richardson.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
So what happened when you were smashing the plates?
So, you know, we had a couple of entrees and, of course, some wine, and we were having a great time. And my eye coordination was a little wrong, and I threw the plate, and it hit the edge of the table, and it happened to land in her eye. But
Do you have the medical bills for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you think you're responsible for this?
because we gave clear instruction on how to do it, and Mr. Richardson broke it on the table
but
instead
if you saw us drinking and have all these wine bottles that you also brought to us.
Okay, we don't do that here. Y'all wanted to talk, y'all should have done that outside. So it's $2,500 in damages, medical damages.
Yes, ma'am.
The thing is this is your little thing with these plates. They didn't come in there to throw plates. They didn't even say, hey, when are we gonna break plates? You came over and said, hey, Mishnos, bring some plates to the table. And I would think you should have insurance to cover this.
Well, may I answer the question regarding...
No, do you have insurance to cover it?
We have insurance, yes.
Okay, well, then you can try to be reimbursed for this through your insurance company. And you need to question whether or not it really is that important to have this plate breaking stuff. You need to decide, is it worth maybe you coming into court and it could have been a lot more serious than this. All right, I'm ready to rule judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $2,500.
Well, I think today shows that you need to change your traditions because breaking plates is just way too dangerous.
Look, I already comped your bill, and now I got to pay for damages that your friend caused.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios. As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Paul Dekar is suing his neighbor, Dan Bromel, in the amount of $280. Mr. Dekar claims Mr. Bromel used a judo move to flip him into his car and says it caused damage to the windshield.
All right, Mr. Dekar, you're suing for $280 representing your broken windshield. Is that right?
That is correct.
And your neighbors?
Yes, correct.
How long have you been neighbors?
3 years now.
3 years. How was your relationship as neighbors?
I would say it started off all right, but pretty soon after he moved in, he began running his business off his front lawn, so it kind of got salty after that.
What type of business were you running off of your front lawn?
Yeah, I'm a mechanic. I work on cars.
Right.
So it never really was a good start for us.
When you say you work on cars, you're what they call a shade tree mechanic? You're fixing cars in your front yard?
Yeah, I'm a freelancer, yes. I get my jobs from friends, family, neighbors.
In a residential neighborhood?
Yes, in my driveway, not in the street or anything. It is in my property.
That doesn't mean
where I live, you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And so you're telling me that there are no ordinances that he's violating?
Well, not necessarily. I've talked to the housing department.
Authority, okay.
Yeah, whatever it's called. And they said since he's not technically on anybody else's property or
he
anything
can
like that,
run a mechanic shop on his
essentially,
property.
yeah, I guess so. And I've talked to him several times about how the oil from his cars leaks onto the sidewalk and that type of stuff.
Do you have any pictures for me to see?
I don't have pictures of the damage. I do have pictures of my neighborhood though, like the driveway.
Okay, let me see pictures of the neighborhood. So you've been running this mechanic business for the 3 years you've been living there?
Yes, I have. Now, I just want to say this real quick. Now, my neighbor Paul here is definitely full of himself, and I'm not paying a dime. Look, ever since the day one...
Did you rehearse what you're going to say to me? Because I didn't ask you anything about the case yet. So I'll let you know when we can get to that point, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm looking at the neighborhood. All right, so nobody has a fence out front. So every yard just runs into the next yard.
Yeah, and it's a friendly neighborhood too. Everyone knows each other. We all get along pretty well.
Okay, so how did we get in court today?
Well, the damages to my vehicle.
Right. So how did that happen?
Well, there's a long backstory that led up to this, but
Tell me the short version of that long story.
Okay, so he has this dog, this great big German Shepherd.
Okay, now we have a dog.
Yeah, it's always roaming around the neighborhood.
Right, a German Shepherd.
A big German Shepherd. He never has it on leash, and it leaves these landmines on my lawn.
You mean he's pooping on your lawn?
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's correct.
No,
is that
is
true?
not true.
Okay, let's start. Do you have a German Shepherd?
Yes, of course I do.
Does he roam the neighborhood?
Yes, he does, and he's
Does
very
he
friendly.
poop?
He poops, and I pick it up when it's on my lawn. I do pick it up.
When you pick it up, what?
doesn't pick it up.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
I could do my job. You pick it up when it's on your lawn.
Yeah, because he's trained well.
He's trained well to what?
To take his business in my front lawn.
Oh, so you train the dog to just do his business in your yard?
Yeah.
He doesn't go up and down the street doing business in other people's yard?
The only business he does is just be friendly with other kids in the neighborhood, just plays around. And every neighbor around us loves him. They have no problem with me even working on cars.
Right.
He's the only problem.
So when he's running around the neighborhood, he goes, oh, I got to go. He comes back to your yard?
Yes, because he just plays with other kids.
I don't believe it. So tell me what happened.
So since this has been going on for 3 years, and I've confronted him about it. First, I was nice.
Right.
First few times, I said, hey, I understand that your dog is off a leash, and you know, if it does does its business, at least pick it up. You know, even if it is on my lawn, at least just come pick it up and acknowledge the fact that it's your dog's, business.
Right.
And so this one time, he does it right in front of me. And so I bring him over. He's working on his car in his front yard. I said, hey, look, Rover, your dog, just pooped in front of my lawn. Can you come please pick it up?
You brought him right over there.
I brought him right over.
Right.
I said, hey, enough is enough.
Right.
I've had enough. This has been going on for 3 years. I've confronted you multiple times, and every single time you say no.
Did he tell you, did this happen the way he's telling me?
Not that way. He pulled me by the sleeve, dragged me pretty much to his lawn.
But did he say to you, Rover has just done his business in my yard and I want you to come and see?
Yeah, he said that.
Okay, and then what happened? When he said that, then what?
Then he came, I just didn't believe it. It's the same story, just different day. And I'm not gonna go see this. I'm working on a car right now.
Right.
And so he drags me by, come on, you have to go see this. Takes me by the sleeve.
Right.
He's looking, look at all this, landmines around my yard.
Did you see landmines?
I did.
How many?
There was 3 total.
Right, okay.
So therefore, he was telling me, look at these dogs, pretty much talking to me like a dog. Look how big they are. You're gonna have to pick them up. All this, just treating me like a dog. So that's when I just said no. I walk away. As soon
Is
as
that right? Did he walk away?
He tried walking away, and I tried to get his attention, and that's when
How did you try to get his attention?
I just tapped him on the shoulder.
What?
He turned his back to me when I was trying to talk to him.
Okay, use Chris as an example, please.
Okay.
So he turns his back and decides to go back home.
Yeah, I'm showing him the landmine on my lawn.
Right. He turns his back to go home, and you do what?
I put my hand on his shoulder like this.
And then what happened?
And then he grabs my arm.
Right.
Flips me onto my own car and breaks my windshield.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
He threw you against the windshield and it cracked.
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then, pretty much, I just left. I had nothing to
I mean, when the windshield cracked, you threw him like that, you just walked away?
And later.
So we get to Easter Sunday, and then what happened?
I started hearing popping noises in the speakers, and the people in the back started walking out, and I had no idea why they were walking out.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Paul Descartes, who is suing Dan Bromell for property damage.
Do you agree with the testimony he just gave about how it happened?
After he pulled me with the sleeve, I told him, I gave us a warning.
He just demonstrated to me how it happened.
Right.
Do you agree with that demonstration?
No, I felt the pressure here in my neck.
Let's go on this side. So you go to walk away. Chris is you walking away. No.
Oh.
Chris is you walking away. Then what happened?
And then I feel pressure here on my neck.
And then what? And then what?
And that's when I grab him with my arm and use the momentum that he's using.
Right.
And I just get him and just fling him over. Not knowing how far, I apologize, how far this vehicle was, then he landed on top of it.
Right. Well, the yards don't look that big.
No, I was walking away.
We were in the driveway.
You was right in the driveway. In this picture you showed me, is that this picture? This picture?
Yep, that's the driveway.
So it all happened in this driveway right here. So your car was here?
Yes.
All right. And so then he threw you against the windshield and it cracked?
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then, well, pretty much, like, I just left. I had nothing to like,
I mean, when
do
the
or say.
windshield cracked, you threw him like that, you just walked away?
Well, I was looking at him like I couldn't do anything more. I just reacted. I was shocked myself.
Right.
I only used it for self-defense. I just got triggered. You know, it's judo. It's not meant for like striking or using a weapon. It's just meant for like self-defense. Now, some people may use
But what were you defending yourself against?
with that pressure, that hand right here on my neck.
That hand on the back of your neck.
Well, first he was dragging me onto his lawn, and I warned him not to be touching me like that. He was
But
being
you
very
could have used
disrespectful.
the jitsu or whatever you said you used the whole time he was dragging you, though. You didn't do it then.
Because at first he was showing me, and I was telling him to warning him to not do that.
Right.
He still kept using his loud demeanor, and he kept getting in my face.
Were there any people around, any neighbors? Anybody see this?
Not at the time. I think my kids were inside, so I don't think anybody really saw.
Okay, let me ask, what has happened since then? This was 5 or 6 months ago. What has happened since?
Since his dog continues to poop on my lawn.
So nothing has
he
changed?
continues to, I mean, he has. I've seen him. I will give him this much credit that he has come and picked up the poop a few times.
Right,
but
he comes over to your yard.
Comes over to my yard because he knows.
Stop. Is that true? That you've come over to his yard a few times and picked this stuff up?
It only happened once, because I actually seen my dog do it once.
But remember, he's trained.
Yeah.
To only do it right there in your yard. Like, he understands boundaries and everything. With no fences even. That this right here is my little piece of heaven. He knows that without a gate, a fence or anything. That's what you told me earlier. So now it's not true. We do know that I don't even have to listen to testimony, okay? I can use my what? Common damn sense. And it doesn't make any sense. Number one, the city ordinance requires that you keep your dog on your property. Because if your dog bites somebody, you would be absolutely liable for any injuries. If that dog were to bite somebody, even if he was provoked, you would have no defense. Because you're supposed to keep your dog on your premises. That's the first thing. And the fact that you are working on cars in your driveway in a residential neighborhood, I cannot believe the housing authority, I don't live here, that the housing authority told you that it was okay for him to do that.
Your Honor, also,
because there's no way he could be, first of all, he's a mechanic, he needs a damn license.
Yeah.
And a business license requires a business address. So you got 2 strikes against you. You got a big dog pooping on everybody's yard, and you are working on cars and using oil in a residential neighborhood where children are playing. Exactly. Let me see your receipt for the windshield.
It should be in your...
It's in this packet? All right, so you paid $280. You know, just for the sake of argument, if I bought you or acting in self-defense, you know, the law requires that you meet blow for blow. All right, so even if you agree he touched you in the back, it did not warrant this throwing him over your, you mean, you could have just knocked his hand away, but to take him and use your jujitsu move and throw him over your shoulders and all of that was an excessive use of force. So I'm ready to rule. Anything else you want to say? When are you moving out?
Me and my wife were saving up, so hopefully at the end of this year, we'll be out of there.
Right. Try to get into a gated community where they have rules. Yeah. You know, that's why a lot of people move to gated communities, because there's rules. He can't paint his house purple. He can't have his dog running around, and he couldn't work on cars in the yard. All right, I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $280. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All rise. Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $280.
I'm sorry I attacked you, but you shouldn't have put hands on me like that.
I wouldn't have to if you picked up after your dog.
Coming up.
He told you the day before that it sounds like these speakers that you have are about to go bad.
And I felt like he was just trying to get over. He was trying to get over on me.
Well, it looks like he was right, because your speakers were bad.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Pastor Ryan Swinson is suing AV technician Jeremy Cobbs in the amount of $800. Pastor Swinson claims Mr. Cobbs is to blame for the speaker's malfunctioning in the middle of his sermon on Easter Sunday, ruining the service.
All right, Mr. Swinson, you are suing Mr. Cobbs for breach of contract, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, for $800.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I am a pastor of a church.
Oh, yeah? What kind of church is it?
It's a Baptist church, miss.
How long have you been a pastor?
I've been a pastor for 4 years.
All right. And what do you do for a living?
I am a second-degree production. I sell audio. I provide audio, visual effects, and like
So
microphone.
you're a special effects person?
No, just
audio.
Audio effects.
Oh, okay. So how do you know the plaintiff?
I know him because he had came to me saying that he needed extra equipment for his sermon for Sunday for Easter, which is very big.
Right. So in these 4 years, you've been at this same church?
Yes.
And in Easter's past, was there anything different that you had done?
We would do every Easter Sunday every year was very different thing.
But you thought this particular Easter was going to be a big thing.
I just wanted to do something different from what I did last year. So every year we always come up, we get together, we come up with something special.
Okay, so how much were these services, Mr. Cobbs? How much were the services?
So it was a deposit of $800.
Okay.
And the full price is $1,600.
$1,600. Okay, so you get there. When do you go in? Do y'all have a rehearsal?
Yes.
Okay. You had a rehearsal? When did you do the rehearsal?
A day before Easter Sunday.
Okay, how did that go, the rehearsal? Making sure all this equipment is working and doing what you want.
The rehearsal went amazing. I couldn't be, I was pleased. The rehearsal went the way that I envisioned it going.
Right.
And it just, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Right, did you go through your entire sermon for the rehearsal?
Yes.
Coming up.
He told you the day before that it sounds like these speakers that you have are about to go bad.
I felt like he was trying to get over on me.
Well, it looks like he was right, because your speakers went bad.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Pastor Ryan Swinson, who is suing Jeremy Cobbs for breach of contract.
So it looked like everything was good. You paid him a deposit.
Yes.
And you agreed that you were going to pay the balance when? At the end of this?
Before the service actually started, because I was happy at that point. So
Okay, but I'm saying, so you paid him $1,600?
Yes.
Okay. So we get to Easter Sunday, and then what happens?
I get through everything. I'm doing everything. Everything was flowing the way that I wanted it to go.
All right.
And then now I get to my sermon.
Your sermon. Okay.
I started hearing popping noises in the speakers, and because the speakers are overhead, they were accustomed into the church.
Right.
So what makes that even more interesting is that the people in the back started walking out, and I had no idea why they were walking out.
The people in the back of the church started walking out?
Started walking out of the service, yes.
Where were you?
I was controlling the volume. I was at the mixing board.
What was going on with the popping sound we talking about?
With the popping sound from Pastor Ryan speaking so loud to where it had blew the speakers out.
Right.
When we was doing rehearsal,
Right.
I had notified Pastor that some of your speakers don't sound good. It's like a little hiccup sound to where they're about to give out.
Right. He told you that?
He did tell me that.
Okay. Did you suggest any?
Yes, I made a suggestion that he can pay an extra $400 for my personal speakers.
So for you to bring your speakers in?
Yeah, which they're called tower speakers.
Oh, okay. So he told you that your speakers didn't sound that good.
But when we did the run through, we even added an extra hour. Everything was great.
Right.
And nothing went wrong at that time.
But he told you the day before that it sounds like these speakers that you have are about to go bad.
And I felt like he was trying to get over on me.
Well, it looks like he was right. Because your speakers went bad.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
And so now you're suing him for what? The $800 that you paid him?
But the $800 for the ending balance of for what I owed him altogether. And the reason that is because when he suggested that I upgrade, at that point, I didn't see anything wrong. And
the man told you the day before your speakers look like they're gonna go. You got a church full of people. You could be bringing in more people into your church, but instead of using that situation of what happened as an opportunity, You went through this thing with the speakers popping till the sermon was over and decided that you was going to sue this man.
Well, and the reason being is because I thought that it was something that he didn't do right. Because, like I said, the rehearsal went great.
What's going on with the speakers now?
Speakers don't work.
I'm ready to rule. Pastor. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
All rise. Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I should have taken your advice and got the speaker upgrade.
Well, I'll be available next year.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.